Action Comics 962, written by Dan Jurgens, art by Steven Segovia. End of the arc.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
Doomsday
glad.
has
yeah.
come to a close.
That's some 6+ issues of Doomsday, more than I need, but I'm not mad that I read.
I don't think it was
It's
know?
it's it's
exactly
6 issues of Doomsday that was much better than you'd expected. Because when I remember when this was announced, we were like, "Oh, Doomsday."
Well, and it didn't help. The first like 2 to 3 issues were just one long action sequence with bips and bops in between of
Yeah.
like, whoa, what's Clark Kent doing here? And oh no, it's going after John. But
It
you
wasn't
could
until
read
they
them.
moved out of Metropolis that it's kind of really
Yeah,
come into its own.
exactly. So, but I think this is the most interesting Doomsday's been since his creation, and I don't think that's a surprise with Jurgens.
Yeah.
He's the guy that created him. But I definitely think it's the smaller moments in this issue that drive it.
Yeah, well,
Oh, absolutely.
For a start, Superman and Wonder Woman fist pump, or fist bump, I should say.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what? I'm not
Why not?
complaining.
They're not.
I'm just,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Superman and Wonder Woman fist bumped. I just didn't expect that.
Down for it.
I expect
And,
more
and
of
a building didn't fall, so it's
Yeah.
it's a win.
Well, one of Superman's first lines is, okay, part one of this plan was getting him out of the city. Right, that part's done. Time for part two.
Well, there's that, and then in Detective Comics too, they're talking about how they're going to wall off sections so there's the least amount of collateral damage possible. So definitely the writers are taking shots at the cinematic universe, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's easy.
here-
It's easy target though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, it's a giant bullseye on a barn. But
But yeah,
But
so
yeah.
other notable things in this one. There's some clear, nice little foreshadowing things about Superman because John wants to take one of the spaceships around the moon, which I smiled at because that was a nice little nod to the other book, especially since we know this one's set before it, of course.
yeah.
So the main gist of this one, Superman's still fighting Doomsday. He's got a plan. He throws him to his secondary fortress, the one that he built.
Yeah, this Superman, so we'll call him pre-52 or original OG Superman.
Yeah.
His fortress that had popped up in the Lois and Clark, where it's like in the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
And that's where he'd taken, what's Cyborg Superman's name? The crap.
Henshaw?
Yeah. Henshaw, yeah, where he'd taken Henshaw to recover and stuff, which that's great. And then I like that Superman uses the defenses in this one to kind of try to keep Doomsday at bay, but he can't. And
Yeah. Which is, of course...
Lois,
Which is, of course, why Lois talks Wonder Woman into going back in to, like...
And that leads to my favorite moment of the issue. It's where John asks Wonder Woman to go and help him,
Yep.
and I think that's fantastic. It's one of again, it's the little moments in this that are the best, and that's
Yep.
the one for me.
And then so they do that, and you kind of come to find out that Superman is doing what he should do with Doomsday, and it's throwing him into the Phantom Zone. With
The
Phantom Zone
logical
projector.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a creature that loves to destroy, so take him to a place where he's intangible. It's, again, not difficult. So, and I like that they're kind of foreshadowing the Phantom Zone too, where John's like, "Oh, well, what is that?" And Superman's like, "Yeah, so the less we talk about it, the better. It's a prison."
And that's
I do feel
perfect.
like we're being groomed for a John book where,
Yeah.
like, on his own, and he's dealing with some problems. Maybe it's another Superman has to take a break, or he has to go
Well-
deal with something off planet. I don't know.
Maybe one day, but I think obviously a big part of it will just be setting up for Super Sons. I think what sticks out to me about that though is it's just a neat way of like John asking these questions. It's like for anyone who's just
Yep.
started reading comics here or just started reading Superman here,
Yep.
here's the explanations, and they don't feel forced because you've got a character here who doesn't know what the Phantom Zone is, who doesn't know what Doomsday is, or what happened when Superman fought Doomsday. You know, it's all new to him. Everything's fresh eyes through him. So
Yeah.
no, it all works in that regard. But of course, we got some more mysterious Mr. Oz mumblings
Yeah.
as it went on, and then the ending, of course, the twist is that he intercepted the Doomsday transmission to the Phantom Zone, and he has Doomsday in a big.
Yep.
He did
Yeah.
also confirm that this whole thing was him testing Superman.
Yeah, which which we kind of put together as the more we read. But I thought it was more interesting what Oz had said, Mr. Oz, about that the Phantom Zone can hold such powerful beings, and we don't know the limits. So there's some more hinting there about what this actual plan could be.
Dr. Manhattan's going into the Phantom Zone, people.
Yeah.
Never know.
You never know. But yeah, so basically if Superman can formulate this plan on his own and come out differently, which I think was the test, then he is worthy of whatever. But also the Luthor scene I thought was pretty great.
I was just about to mention that. I love Luthor. We spoke about this, and I love the idea that he was there helping Metropolis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he should.
Before we move on, I want to stick with the whole Mr. Oz stuff for a second.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be interesting if this was indeed him testing Superman, that he was possibly ready for the fight against Dr. Manhattan, right? If this is what he's doing, if this is what he's trying to achieve here, wouldn't it be interesting if the next arc in, say, Detective was then him testing Batman, or the next arc of Flash was him testing Flash? Like, he goes around testing all of the, maybe not as in your face as this one was, because it feel too similar.
See, I don't know, because there's something weird with the Superman and Lois, remember? That's
I don't think it's just something weird about them. I just think they're not what they said it was. If my theory about them secretly just being from this universe, but time got fucked up, so the newer versions died.
I just think there's a reason why he's testing
why Superman and not the League.
Rest.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with Superman, because otherwise I think we'd just get this him testing them in Justice League rather than in all the individual books. So I think it's something to do with Superman in particular.
It would be cool, because I would love to see the Justice League versus Dr. Manhattan, because that does seem like that is a being that can blink you from existence, right? That's what we've seen in Watchmen. Like Manhattan and the Comedian ended the Vietnam War. Just those two, basically. Yeah. So when you have that versus the Justice League, what exactly is that going to do?
Yeah, what do they do against Manhattan?
I have no doubt that the actual fight, when it comes, will be everyone.
Yeah.
Well,
it's going to have to be. I mean, just the whole point of if Watchmen represents the cynical nature and of the 80s and all the stuff that Alan Moore wanted it to, and Rebirth's I don't want to use Rebirth, but it focused more on the legacy and the hope of superheroes versus the cynical nature of it, then I would feel like all of them would stand together.
Yeah, it's very much one of those traditional, hope is one of those things where it's everyone comes together, isn't it? That's very much one of those tenets.
I'm going to make a plot prediction, actually, for when this fight happens. Mm-hmm. At some point, the Flash is going to escape certain death from Manhattan by going into the Speed Force, because Manhattan can't manipulate that or get there or whatever.
Well, and that is interesting too, because in Flash we've been looking at the dynamics of the Speed Force. I mean, that's what this whole first arc's been about. And with the gods pulling away from Diana in Wonder Woman, there's something afoot with each of them.
Maybe that's the whole thing in Flash. Like the Speed Force knows what's going on. It's gone. Yeah. You need more help.
Yeah.
It's spitting out speedsters for him.
Yeah. So each of them. So I can see Pete's plan of if he is, and not necessarily testing.
Yeah, maybe he's not testing all, but I feel like maybe he's testing Superman specifically, because Superman will either be the leader or the main muscle going against Manhattan.
Well, he's the most logical.
Yeah. But I can see all of these. I can see the Speed Force, just like the Phantom Zone might play into, in a way, defeating Manhattan. I can see, I'm not sure specifically with Green Lantern, but I'm sure something to do with the spectrum of light will come into play. Maybe Manhattan can't affect the
willpower.
Well, maybe willpower, but maybe this ring we're going to get to in the next arc of Green Lanterns. I
can see them bringing back in the white light as well.
Yeah, the white light. Yeah,
Kyle. There's a Kyle story in that too, which is we pointed out was kind of odd.
That's true.
So, but no, I definitely where this is setting up with Mr. Oz intercepting Doomsday, and who knows why he's going to do that. I mean, he seems to control him, right? He's got him locked in.
Maybe
So,
during whatever event we get next year, where the League are trying to stop Manhattan, Oz will show up, open a portal, Doomsday will come out, and he'll be like, oh, by the way, I reprogrammed him to go after Manhattan to distract him for 10 minutes while the League have to, do something else.
I'm just thinking too, if it is Ozymandias, and we're all familiar with Watchmen, he is fine with casualties for the greater good. He's the ends justifies the means. So, yeah, I mean, Doomsday in his hands seems like more effective than a gigantic purple squid in space.
But that's a good point. But unlike Rorschach, Batman will take Ozymandias out after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to be like, in me, because I don't want to live in this world. I was like, no, man, you nuts, you're going to Arkham.
Yeah.
on a steady drip of whatever to keep your brain from working.
Yeah, you and Calendar Man are sharing a cell, yeah.
Yeah.
Low rent villain.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, obviously, Action got us theorising and speculating a lot more than anything else. But I thought the first arc was a solid, like, action-y. It was really pretty action sort of fight scene for a lot of it.
I think it could suffer a little in trade due to so many artists. Considering like the whole first half, this is one flowing action sequence, might suffer a little bit reading it as one thing.
It does help that none of the art was bad, though.
No, that is true. It was all good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely. I mean, we talked that Detective is so much better than the rest of the Bat books, and I feel Superman's the same way. So this is the lesser, and not that it's lesser because it's bad. It's just it's telling a different story.
Yeah, it's the same with the Batman stuff. None of them are bad, but Detective is just better. It's the same with Superman.
So,
it's better.
It'll be interesting.
I've read I was just gonna say the last 6 years I've read far worse Superman stories. So I will take this.
Last 6. It's probably closer to 10 now at this point, really. I mean, it's not like Superman was that good before New 52 kicked in.
No, but that was the last time. It was 6 years ago. It was the last time that I'd read a great Superman story. So,
because I think before New 52, you had the Grounded arc was the last thing.
That was rough.
So pleasant or not so pleasant memories of that, as the case may be.